Here is a video tutorial of how to set up pfSense in VirtualBox. First, you need to download pfSense. Go to pfSense.org to download the latest version of it, which is the 2.6.0. Select the architecture of AMD 64-bit, and for the installer, choose DVD Image Installer. Then click Download. Once the download is finished, you can now open VirtualBox. Click New to create new virtual machine. Name it as what you preferred, but in this case, we will name it as pfSense 4. Click Next, and then set the memory size to 1024 MB. Choose Create a virtual hard disk now, then click Create. Choose VDI, then Dynamically Allocated, and for the file size, choose 16 GB, then click Create. Next is click Tools and go to Preferences, then Network to create a NAT network. Click Add. And now you can edit the name to pfSense, also the network CIDR, to 192.168.10.0/24. Then click OK. Then open the settings for pfSense. Go to Network and change it to NAT network. Then click the adapter 2, choose Enable Network Adapter, then change it to Host Only Adapter. For the machine to start booting up, click Start. Click the folder to the right to select the Startup disk. Click the Add, then choose the pfSense 2.6.0 release. And then click Start. Now it is starting to boot up, then continue with the installation process. Click Accept and Install. Continue with the default key map and choose Auto UFS BIOS. Click No, then click Reboot, and after that, go to Settings, then Storage to remove the disk. After the system has rebooted, type 1 beside Enter an option to assign the interfaces. For No, type N and enter the WAN interface name. Enter EM0. Then enter the LAN interface name, EM1. And to proceed, type Y. We also installed Ubuntu so that we can run pfSense to it in a VirtualBox. Change the settings for pfSense and then create a virtual network so that it would be connected to the Ubuntu. Go to Settings, then Network, and for the adapter 2, change the host only adapter to internal network. Go back to Ubuntu and type the default IP of pfSense. And then sign in. Type in the default username and password. For the username, the default username is admin, and then for the password, pfSense, then click Sign In. The pfSense setup will be shown at first access, and then click the Next button to proceed. To configure your hostname and DNS, click the Next button. Label the hostname and domain according to your preferences. In this case, we use the hostname pfSense. And for the primary DNS server, put the IP address 192.168.1.1, then click Next. Change the time zone based on your country, and then click Next. If necessary, you can edit the network interface setup on the next screen. For example, we choose static instead of the default DHCP. Then after that, click Next. If there are no changes in the LAN IP address and subnet mask, just click Next. Then set a new admin web GUI password if you want to change the default admin password of pfSense. Click Reload to reload pfSense with new changes. Now pfSense was installed and configured successfully. Click Finish. Read the copyright and trademark notices, then click Accept. After all the process, now the pfSense was successfully installed.